All right, so I'm excited for you guys to hear from Olena. Now, we actually just did a YouTube video together. So if you are like, I need more of this girl, you can go into my YouTube station and see this. She reached out to me. She's a member of Hey Girl You Can, reached out to me to do a newsletter swap. I said no. I get this email. I'm like, what is this newsletter swap? I have all these feelings about that. I'm not sure. Then I actually looked at and opened what she wanted to swap with. And it was this awesome, awesome energy planner. And I had never seen anything like it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is a really cool thing that I think would really help a lot of women and a lot of my community. And so I agreed to this, but I was very begrudgingly a little bit like, I don't know how I feel about swapping newsletters or emails lists. That's like, I kind of got nervous. And the more I've gotten to know her, number one, I love her authentic. I love her energy. I love her integrity. I love her heart to really help women. I love the tool that she's giving you, this energy planner, which we'll put in the notes. If you don't have it, you need it. I haven't seen anything like it. It's really cool. Um, but then she starts telling me this is how I'm building my entire business, finding clients, monetizing through newsletter swaps. And I just thought this is wild because she does it in a way that's not icky. And I thought it felt icky, and she's not doing it that way. So I'm very excited for you guys to hear from her, particularly because the thing that I think is really cool about what you're doing is you don't need to have a huge email list to make this work. I think sometimes you think I can only do that if I have thousands of subscribers, and that's really not the case. So this could be for anybody, anywhere they're starting. So get excited because this may be something you haven't done before that could be a game changer in building your email list.
Oh, Tara, thank you so much for this introduction. So, my name is Elena Sodoma, and I'm personal energy coach. So, I don't teach how to grow your email list. I just do it for myself, and I'm just sharing the experience here. So, what I do actually, I help women generate energy and resources to live the life they only dream to have. And the backstory, I was doing it since 2018. That's when I had my first coaching client, when I launched my first course. So it's been 7 years already. But I was doing that in Ukraine, and I was doing through social media. And I could just like post, and everybody would like, oh, she has free spots, I'm buying. So like I was kind of um I had this luxury that I didn't really appreciate back then that much. But the backstory is that I moved last year to Seattle, and nobody knows me. And my Instagram was in Ukrainian, it was in Russian before. So it's kind of like I have to build everything from scratch. And nobody knows me. And what do I do? But the thing is that energy is built up in cooperation. You see, when somebody has something that you don't have, and you have something that somebody doesn't have, you exchange it, and so both of you have it. It's not that we're like giving away something. No, we share and we'll multiply. So basically, I started back in July last year. So July 1st, I had one subscriber, which was me. Today, I'm at 676 subscribers. Whether it's big or small, you can judge, you can compare it to whatever it is. But the thing is that it's not one. It's more than 600 people on my list, and it's growing 30% month over month. And I do that with newsletter swaps. So if I maintain, and not if, I'm actually going to maintain this growth. So I'm expecting actually to be in the next year at 16,000 subscribers, and I'm going to reach that. I'm going to do it by different ways, but this is one of the main things that I'm doing right now. Because the more eyes we have on our business, the more business we have. This is simple. And all the women were talking about that. And there are so many ways to grow that. But this is what I'm choosing right now. So what is a newsletter swap? It is not just sharing the numbers, not just sharing subscribers. It is, okay, here, listen to me. It's sharing valuable resources with your audience that are going to be valuable for your audience. And as a bonus, you grow. But the first thing that you actually need to understand that you are not pushing somebody else's content. You're not pushing something like you're not being salesy. You're not being sleazy. You are sharing what you find across the internet that is valuable. So you are sharing somebody else's resource and you are being valuable to your audience. So what you actually have is, so like whatever size you of audience you have this audience and you have resources, so you can share it. And as I've said, it's not that you are taking away from yourself, you are given a part of it and you are acquiring a part of it from somebody else. So like you are not losing, you're cooperating, you're building relationships, and you're building relationship with your audience. And as a bonus, you're building a relationship with the person who you're swapping with. So like we did with Tara, like it was just a newsletter swap pitch, which opened up an opportunity. I joined her community after that. I didn't plan. I didn't know about her community before pitching her. Then I joined her community. Then we did a YouTube video. Now I'm speaking here. So it's something that you would never plan, but this comes out of relationships that you build by doing the swaps. So how to do it? First, you have to decide that you want to grow. And this is like the key decision, because the thing is that, yes, I told that I was starting in July 1st, but I actually started growing in December when I just made the decision to do it religiously. I'm doing now swaps every week. So it's 2-3 partnerships that I do per week. And I'm doing it every week without stopping. So you first have to decide to grow, because before that, yes, I was doing it here and there, and that's how my list went. Sometimes it grew, sometimes it didn't. So it's kind of like you have, like whatever you do in life, you have to decide. And you have to decide to grow. And this is going to help you. Actually, I'm going to tell you why. Then you have to do it consistently, because if you don't do it consistently, then you're not going to grow. And you just have to maintain it. You have to practice. You have to get a feeling of what your audience likes, what it clicks. So the more you actually do it, the better you know the audience, the better the audience knows you, and the more partnerships you build. Because actually, so like when you do a lot of partnerships, you have some good ones, you have some bad ones, but because you've done so many of them, you actually know that this resource was like had so many clicks. So you want to share something else from this expert because you know that your audience appreciated that. And at the same time, like you got more subscribers, you want to do it again. So you're kind of like sifting through, you're sorting through. And Tara was given it, she had a workshop on sales, and she was saying, like, we don't push, we just sort through people. Then what you also have to do, if you first have to find not the list sizes, but people and what they give, what they offer, what they give as a freebie. So you have to go first for that. Then you find out about the audience size, because if you just go for the audience size, you will get the numbers, but you will get the numbers of people who are not going to be aligned with you. And the other thing is size doesn't matter, but alignment does. So I've done swaps with people who have like 40 subscribers, but I got 4 calls out of that. And that is what matters. Yes, it is like a vanity metric when somebody, like when you have 100 subscribers from one swap, but then nobody shows up on your calls, nobody's interested, everybody's unsubscribes. It doesn't matter. What matters is the alignment. So in order to do that, okay, I'm an energy coach. So I have to say that you have to be energetic. You cannot just do the discipline. You cannot just make yourself, oh, I just decided to do this and I'm going to do this. No, you have to be energetic, because when you are energetic, first, it's going to be easier for you to make the decision and stick to it. Because at first, you're not going to see the results. At first, it's going to be hard. At first, it's going to be, oh my God, this is like my hands are getting sweaty when I write a pitch. At first, it's going to be like, oh, like I'm losing all my face, all my reputation, everything. Like you'll meet a lot of monsters in your head. when you do it at first. But if you're energetic, you're going to go through that and you will learn. Then you will attract the right people and you will be big no matter of the size of the audience that you have. So how often and how I do it, get on my list, you will see that. So I do swaps every week. I share 2 to 3 resources from my partners that I actually like. It takes a lot of time to actually find those partners because I don't just see the pretty face. I sign up for their email list. I follow them for a little while. I see whether they show up consistently. I see whether it's worth it to share them with my audience. So I do swaps every week. So, and I do it in the form that I share the resources in my main newsletter that goes every Wednesday, where I teach energy to my audience. But I also say, hey, this is also going to help your business and your energy because my audience is mostly entrepreneurs. So I'm sharing what is going to be valuable for them. And then I do a follow-up next week dedicated just to the resources. So it gets like a second view on the resources that I've shared with from my partners. One of the things that was a big leap for me was a lot of people, like if you do a lot of collaborations, people ask for dedicated emails. People ask for dedicated like solo emails. I don't know whether you've seen it or not. And so for me, it was a big leap to jump from 1 resource to 3 resources per email. And that was actually an amazing thing because I taught my audience to click more. And what else? I see that what people click. So I kind of like see what my audience is attracted to. So it is possible, no matter where you are in your business, you can build your audience, no matter how big you are, and you can be valuable to your audience by doing that, and you can grow. So what you do, just reach out to people who you think you're going to be a good swap and just do it.
I love this. How many of you guys in the comments have done a newsletter swap before, or is this totally new for you? But I just love this because it's all about collaboration. And, that is really where there's power in that collaboration. So thank you so much for sharing that.